Caitlin Clark had every reason to be the centerpiece of WNBA All-Star Weekend. The event was practically built around her face on billboards, her name lighting up social media, and her presence expected to pack Gainbridge Fieldhouse. But just days before the big weekend, the announcement everyone dreaded came through. She wasn't going to play. Not in the All-Star game, not in the three-point contest, nothing. The reason? A re-aggravated groin. Injury from Tuesday's game against the Connecticut Sun. It wasn't just a blow to Indiana fans, it hit the entire league like a punch to the gut. Clark, who had already missed 4 games and the Commissioner's Cup final earlier this season due to the same injury, was once again sidelined. She issued a heartfelt message thanking fans and expressing her disappointment, adding that while she couldn't play, she'd still be there to support the team and help coach. It was a classy response from a player who's done nothing but give everything since stepping onto a WNBA court. Behind the scenes, though, the timing couldn't be worse. The WNBA is currently negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement, and tensions are already high. Talks of a potential lockout are gaining steam. The league's future direction is hanging in the balance sand. Now its most bankable star is benched again. To put it plainly, this isn't just a player missing a game. This is a crisis moment. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has tried to tread carefully. He's already gone on record saying he wants Clark treated fairly, especially considering the pressure that comes with being the face of a growing league. But now, with Clark's health in question and the All-Star Showcase reduced to a promotional shell without its leading star, his patience may be wearing thin, especially since the NBA is funding a major portion of the WNBA's operations. This isn't just bad optics. It's a real financial and cultural concern. Clark didn't just bring hype to the league, she brought numbers. Since her debut, national TV viewership for WNBA games has exploded. At one point, games featuring the Indiana Fever were averaging 1.8 million viewers. After her injury, it dropped to just under 850,000. That's a staggering 53% collapse in audience engagement. It's not a coincidence. Clark isn't just a rising star, she's the league's economic engine. And yet, the WNBA has failed time and again to protect her. The outrage isn't just from fans. Analysts, sports journalists, and even Clark's family are speaking out. Her brother Colin took to social media, voicing his frustration with the officiating and suggesting that poor referee management has put his sister at risk. And he's not wrong. The number of injuries reported this season is jaw-dropping. Out of 179 active WNBA players, 141 injuries have been reported. That's a staggering injury rate, especially considering the WNBA plays a 44-game season. If that doesn't scream mismanagement, what does? Tuesday's game against the Sun was the final straw for many. The game descended into chaos: 5 technicals, 3 ejections, and multiple flagrant fouls. By the end, it felt more like a brawl than a basketball match. Referees were completely unable to keep control, and that's not just a one-off incident, a pattern. Even betting activity plummeted following Clark's injury. Wagers on Fever games dropped nearly 50% the moment news of her injury broke. That alone tells you how much financial weight Clark carries in this league. And where was the league's leadership? WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has been nearly silent. When asked directly about officiating or Clark's treatment, her responses have been dismissive. In one particularly tone-deaf moment, she said, "No winning team ever complains about officiating. No losing team ever doesn't." That kind of answer doesn't show leadership. It shows someone completely out of touch with the moment. It's not just fans who are fed up. Veteran Fever coach Stephanie White has spoken out multiple times about what she sees as blatant disrespect toward her team. She's pointed to glaring free throw discrepancies and rough treatment that goes uncalled by referees. After a string of physically intense games, White made it clear: the officials aren't getting better. The game is evolving. Players are evolving, but officiating, stuck in place or even getting worse. And it's not just Clark. Players across the league, including Kelsey Plum, have been vocal about the constant physicality going unnoticed. Plum recently exploded in frustration, saying she gets fouled on almost every possession and nothing gets called. When star players start voicing their anger in public, it's not a coincidence, it's a symptom of a league-wide problem. That's been ignored for too long. Then there's the Marina Mabrey incident, moment that exposed just how broken the system is. After the whistle had already blown, Mabrey shoved Clark to the floor. In real time, referees called it a simple technical. Only after fans erupted and media picked up the story did the league upgrade it to a flagrant 2. Why did it take public pressure for the right call to be made? Why didn't the officials handle it properly in the moment? Even WNBA legend and broadcaster Rebecca Lobo has been forced to call out officiating live on air. In one game, she pointed out multiple fouls missed on Clark, saying things like "that's a grab," "that's a hold," "that's a foul," as if narrating what everyone could see but the referees somehow couldn't. When Hall of Famers are calling out officiating in real time, that's not drama, it's a clear signal that something is fundamentally broken. All of this leads back to leadership, or rather, the lack of it. Engelbert, despite being the figurehead of the league, can barely mention Clark without pivoting to other names. Even when media outlets ask her directly about Clark, she diverts, throwing in names like Angel Reese. Instead, Reese is a phenomenal talent in her own right. But dodging questions about Clark doesn't make Engelbert look diplomatic, it makes her look avoidant. That kind of PR spin might have worked in a different era, but not now. Not when millions of fans are watching closely. The numbers don't lie. 23 WNBA games have crossed the 1 million viewer threshold this season. Clark played in all but 3 of them. You have to dig deep into the ratings list to find a top-tier game without her. Her Iowa finale pulled in 12.3 million viewers. The Final Four hit 14.2 million. Breaking all previous basketball records on ESPN, she's not just part of the leagues, it's the reason for its current explosion in popularity. And how has the league responded? With part-time referees who also officiate NCAA games, minimal training, no clear accountability, absolutely no consistency. That's not just risky, it's dangerous. These refs are being trusted to manage high-stakes, physical games without any standardization. It's a setup for a disaster. And now, the league's most important player has paid the price. Clark was known for her durability in college. She didn't miss a single game at Iowa. But in the WNBA, she's already missed multiple chunks of the season. First, it was a quad injury, then another groin issue, now another setback. It's not just bad luck, it's a result of being overworked, underprotected, and subjected to poor officiating. And fans are starting to put the pieces together. Online petitions are gaining traction, demanding reform. One particularly viral petition accuses the league of allowing repeated missed calls, unnecessary roughness, and dangerous play without intervention. That's not fan overreaction. That's a community demanding that its star be taken seriously. Analysts like Rachel Demita have even begun breaking down Clark's injuries by location: left quad, right quad, left groin, right groin, suggesting that the hits she's taking are affecting her entire biomechanical system. It's not just about resting. It's about undoing the damage caused by months of unnecessary wear and tear. That's not what you expect for someone in their first season. And while the fans are fighting for her, the league's leadership is still ducking responsibility. Engelbert's refusal to implement full-time officials or a league-wide Review of physicality is beyond frustrating nicks, negligent. The result? Caitlin Clark, the face of the league, missed the biggest WNBA weekend in years, in her own home state, with her image plastered across every bus and billboard in Indianapolis. Meanwhile, the current collective bargaining agreement is set to expire on October 31st, 2025, and with labor tension already rising, Clark's absence from All-Star Weekend is only adding more fuel to the fire. How can players negotiate for a greater share of revenue when the league can't even keep its biggest star on the court? And what about the international implications? Overseas leagues are already watching. If Clark, the league's most visible star, keeps getting injured under WNBA oversight, Europe and Asia start to look a lot more attractive to players chasing longevity and security. The WNBA's future growth is directly tied to how long it can keep Clark healthy and playing. And right now, it's failing that test. The warning signs are everywhere. But perhaps the loudest comes from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver himself. He's expressed his support for Clark in polite terms, but make no mistake, his comments are layered with concern. The NBA has a financial and reputational investment in the WNBA, and when Silver speaks, it's not a suggestion. It's a final warning.